Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings of peace and prosperity. I am Sarah Jane Diang Muhammad, and on behalf of my colleagues from Mindanao State University Maguindanao, Shahara Fatima Dimasingkil, Joel Arenas, Grant Warren Lu, by Aljana Macalandong, and Raquel Santiago Arenas, allow me to present our study with the title Exploring the Experiences of the Camp Abubakar Community through Climate-Smart Vegetable and Fish Production Technology, a case study of sustainable development in conflict-affected areas. The camp's transformation plan, or CTP, aims to turn conflict-affected areas within the six acknowledged Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF camps, into peaceful and thriving communities. Guided by the Annex on Normalization from the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro, or CAB, the plan envisions peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable communities that uphold moral governance and enjoy a better quality of life. Understanding how vital agriculture and aquaculture are for food security, economic stability, and building community resilience, Mindanao State University Maguindanao, in partnership with the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, or OPAPRU, and the Joint Task Forces on Camps Transformation, with the funding support from the United Nations Development Program Philippines, or UNDP, implemented science and technology-based climate-smart agricultural projects in Camp Abubakar. Camp Abubakar, much like other areas in the region, faces complex challenges that stand in the way of sustainable development and overall societal well-being. To address this, the project focuses on empowering women's organizations and decommissioned combatants in Barangay Tugaig, Barira, through innovative climate-smart vegetable production and condo-style tilapia farming. A series of lecture workshops and a comprehensive training module supported these efforts. Thanks to strong community collaboration, a climate-smart greenhouse, vegetable farm, and a condo-style fish farm were established. Farmer beneficiaries also engage in producing vermicompost and organic concoction to support their farming practices. This exploratory qualitative study aims to deeply understand the major learnings, impacts, challenges, and motivations experienced by beneficiaries involved in vegetable production technology and fish condominium technology projects. The study provides a qualitative perspective on their experiences. All beneficiaries of the vegetable production and fish condominium technology projects participated in small group discussions. 5 groups were formed for the vegetable production project from the Calagan Pamana Cooperative and 5 for the fish condominium technology from the Gawad Kalinga Cooperative. Participants were asked about their experiences, learnings, and challenges in managing their projects. From these discussions, 5 participants from each project were purposely selected for in-depth interviews based on their engagement during the Kamustahan session. Participants' consent was obtained to audio and video record the small group discussions and interviews, with assurances of confidentiality regarding their responses. A semi-structured interview guide and protocol were used for the interviews, and the transcriptions were analyzed thematically to identify key insights and patterns. The results from the 2 projects, namely Sustainable and Climate Smart Vegetable Production and Sustainable Climate Smart Fish Condominium Technology, were as follows. Sustainable and Climate Smart Vegetable Production Project. With this first project, participants' experiences are qualitatively discussed in terms of their participation and being part of the project, learning experiences and impact of the project on their lives, challenges and coping mechanisms, and commitment to sustain the project. The theme, Happy and Grateful, emerged strongly from the interviews, highlighting the success stories of the vegetable project. For many women participants, the project was transformative, giving them a sense of purpose and the chance to contribute productively to their households. It empowered them to support their spouses while acquiring valuable gardening skills. One participant shared, quote, "I'm extremely happy because I've learned a lot. Things I didn't know before, I now know. Previously, I didn't know how to garden. I just stayed at home while my spouse did the farming, helping out with planting corn. But now, with our own garden at home, I've learned so much. Our garden brings us joy. End quote. The vegetable production project made a significant impact on the participants, bringing about meaningful changes in their lives. Through their involvement, they gained valuable knowledge and skills, leading to personal growth and transformation. Many participants who were previously passive about contributing to their household's livelihood found themselves motivated to take a more active role. They embraced key themes such as working together and collaborating, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose that strengthened their community bonds and improved their overall well-being. One participant mentioned, quote, because we learned how to plant. We all learn about the task here in the garden. Before, we were just at home without any work. When the project came, the garden helped us. We were able to work. We didn't get tired because there were many of us helping each other. End quote. Organic vegetation is also an emergent theme introduced by MSU Maguindanao, taught the women participants not only planting skills, but, but most importantly the value of producing organic fertilizer, a safe and healthy way of growing vegetables for consumption. One participant said, quote, many changes have happened in my life because of this project. Previously, I was just studying and didn't know anything about farming, even simple planting. But now, I've learned how to plant and make organic fertilizer. Before, I used to throw away fruit peels, vegetable scraps, and leaves after eating. But now, I've learned to feed them to worms or turn them into organic fertilizers. End quote. Also, the participants were happy to share about the economic impact of the project on their lives and how it helped them. They take pride in what they learn, what they value, and what they have become. One participant said, quote, having this garden has been very helpful for me. We save money from the garden by putting aside some of its produce in a piggy bank, and at home I have vegetables to use. It's like saving because I have vegetables without needing to buy them from the market. Also, I sell a bit of the vegetables, which helps with my child's daily needs. End quote. The most inspiring narratives were about the emerging theme on the promise of lasting peace in the area, as impacted by the positive results of the project, as well as the hope for sustainable assistance and support from the government and academic institutions like MSU Maguindanao. This statement is an indication of the observation in one of the visits to the project area. Quote, at present, things are much better. The environment is peaceful, and many have graduated. It's clean and peaceful here, just like now with your visit. Many people come here, and even the president has visited our area. I used to be a member of the Calagan Pamana Marketing Cooperative. Now, I'm just an additional member. And now I'm officially member of the cooperative. Definitely, our lives have changed a lot. Before, we would just stay at home when there was no work. Now, with the cooperative, we enjoy gardening and it really helped us. End quote. Challenges and coping mechanisms. Just like other peace initiatives and endeavors, this community engagement in Barangay Togaig did not come easy, especially to the participants. It took them certain amount of courage and persistence to keep going. For most of the challenges is going out of their comfort zone and do the real work in the garden. The activities and tasks can be like emerging themes, tiring, but they just cope up by finding joy in what they're doing. One participant shared, quote, the difficult part here is I wasn't used to working with such a large amount of soil. The cultivation part, digging the soil was difficult because it's hard on the back. But we're happy because we're all together. There are many of us and we chat with each other. Even though it can be tiring, We're all happy. It's okay like that. Facing and conquering fear of something is another theme under challenge. This may appear insignificant to others, but basically it is a challenge to face when one needs to be successful in achieving her goal. The women participants were getting braver to face their fear. They cope by thinking of their cooperative, as shared by one participant. Quote, the most difficult part for me is what you call liwate or earthworm because I haven't even experienced just looking at a worm moving and then thinking about what value it would have for us or what a worm is to us. It's just on the ground where we find them. We only see them there. That's why it's really difficult for me because I'm not used to looking at or handling worms. That's the most difficult thing for me. Yes. End quote. Weather condition unpredictability is also a theme under challenges in maintaining a garden. It becomes more challenging when other domestic concerns intervene with the project's tasks. However, the participants cope by staying positive and exerting more efforts. As one participant shared during interview, quote, not too much, but sometimes it's unavoidable, especially when the weather suddenly changes from hot to rainy. Sometimes it's difficult because my child accompanies me and there's no one to take care of him. So that's when I struggle. But even though I face challenges, I'm happy because our hard work is worth it when I see that our efforts are not in vain. End quote. For all that have been experienced by the participants about the project, it is noted that OPAPRO and MSU Maguindanao have taken a significant leap and concrete engagement in providing rehabilitation assistance to the families of the community. The narratives gathered from the participants produced the theme of acceptance and shared commitment to responsibilities in order to sustain the project and to more concrete impact in the future to better the lives of our Bangsamoro brothers and sisters in the once war-torn areas. The following are statements from the participants. Quote, thank you very much to MSU and OPAPRO for giving us this project. I hope there will be more projects in the future as we will eagerly accept them. End quote. Also, quote, I promise that I will do everything within my capacity to continue this project as long as we are alive and for my children to learn about planting too. End quote. Also, quote, to MSU Maguindanao, thank you very much for the support you have given us. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have learned. Thank you very much. To OPAPRO, to Soriano, thank you very much, and we hope that their support for us will continue. Thank you very much. If ever you give us another project, we will continue to accept them. End quote. With the second project, Sustainable and Climate Smart Fish Condominium Technology Project, participants' experiences are qualitatively discussed in terms of their participation and being part of the project, learning experiences and impact of the project on their lives, challenges and coping mechanisms, and commitment to sustain the project. The participants were happy and grateful of the opportunity given to their cooperative and being part of the project. These themes emerged from the responses on the participation from the project. Their trainings on the development of sustainable and climate-smart farming systems for fish production through the integration of science and technology-based aquacultural practices in condo farmings have brought changes in their community. Guests start to come and visit their farm, and more projects have been underway for the cooperative. One beneficiary said, quote, we're doing well. We're happy because there are more and more visitors come to the farm, and we're receiving many projects from organizations like OPAPRU, UNDP, and MSU Maguindanao. We're constantly supported. The beneficiaries are also very grateful and have become more interested with the fish condominium technology after trainings conducted for them on how the establishment and management of it were properly done. A participant shared about her inquisitive takeaway about the nature of fish. Quote, Definitely, I am happy because as you can see, before the implementation of our fish condo, I wasn't interested in these kinds of things. I considered it as a burden, adding more work for me as a teacher. So, when our cooperative was formed, I really didn't want to join. But then I have become involved. I am grateful. I have experienced the benefits provided by our cooperative. I had really paid attention to what they taught us, such as identifying stressed fish, and if they are not well. It's true that not only humans get stressed, but also fishes. End quote. Beneficiaries identified that they learned about how to take care of tilapia and catfish, how to identify sex of the fish, and how to debone them. Two participants shared their experiences and said, quote, this is what we learned, especially about how to care for catfish and tilapia. We were able to share this knowledge with other places through radio communication. They looked into our project, they asked how to raise catfish, and from there, they got an idea. So it's a good thing that we can share our knowledge to others. End quote. Quote, also, the MSU taught us about deboning, making boneless fish. Fish flavored shomai. I know that shomai is usually made from beef, so at least if our fish grow bigger, we can prepare them for sale. Maybe even make burgers. I hope the training you provided continues so that we as parents can cook and sell them. End quote. The theme emerged as main challenge for the participants is the weather condition. Participants experienced challenges on raising the fish, such as changing the water since the water seemed to dry up easily due to hot weather. But they applied what they learned during the training for fish condo establishment. One participant said, it was difficult, sir, especially when changing the water and feeding because we had to climb upstairs and replace the water. At that time, there was a shortage of water because my water pump was somewhat empty. So it was difficult because we had to scoop water and fill the containers again and again, which was tiresome. But now I am stronger because I have managed to overcome those challenges. And quote, the most challenging part of this project was building the fish condo, especially during the hot weather, when we were putting in the water because the water source we had somewhat diminished due to the heat of the sun. We faced some difficulties, but we managed to overcome them. One participant also shared her hope of having further training on the establishment of fish condo. Quote, since it's about aquaponics, maybe I want more training in fish farming. Before, I didn't care much about fish. We just consumed them. We just bought them from the market. But when MSU taught us how to care for fish, I became interested. It's better to raise our own fish for consumption, ensuring they are halal. End quote. Participants have been very thankful of the opportunity shared to them and have high hopes that this project will be sustained despite the challenges. They also mentioned the different institutions worthy of giving the credit. Participants gratefully said, thank you very much to the people of OPAPRU, EU-UNDP, and to the staff of MSU Maguindanao. Also, thank you because we became members of this project and we hope to sustain this project. We thank you because if it weren't for you giving us this project, we wouldn't have been able to share our knowledge with others. We are grateful to you for giving us other projects and many more opportunities. End quote. In conclusion, the integration of climate-smart agriculture and aquaculture technologies under the Moro Islamic Liberation Front CAMP's transformation plan demonstrates a powerful model for building sustainable, resilient, and inclusive communities in post-conflict areas. The collaborative efforts of MSU Maguindanao, OPAPRU, and UNDP have proven instrumental in empowering beneficiaries through innovative practices, enhancing food security, economic resilience, and community solidarity. This initiative underscores the potential of strategic partnerships in promoting peace and sustainable development in conflict-affected areas. And that ends my presentation. Thank you so much.